want to talk about critical race theory. Critical race theory is the focus on race and ethnicity and people of color. You might hear that term, POCs. And critical race theory is something that we definitely started to see this kind of come to a head in the last several years about maybe some injustice that was happening to people of color. And then, of course, when George Floyd came, we definitely heard that loud and clear. And when George Floyd happened, it was like even the church, it was the first time I remember seeing, this was in the middle of COVID too, we have to remember this was 2020, this was when a lot of things were really weird and hard for everybody, but that was the first time I really saw the church start to say, what are we doing? And how can we do something about this issue? And why aren't we speaking out? And that sort of thing. Unfortunately, I mentioned it earlier, but unfortunately at that time, we started being discipled by critical race theorists like Ibram X. Kendi, who wrote How to Be an Anti-Racist, and also Robin DiAngelo, who wrote White Fragility. And so what happened is a lot of churches trying to find an answer for how do we be compassionate, how do we listen well. Maybe we've been ignoring our brothers and sisters of color, we thought. So how do we listen well? How do we make sure we're not part of the problem? So we started to look at, what are our resources? And a lot of our resources that were available at that time were from critical race theorists. And so we started getting discipled by them. And a lot of people, I know, well-meaning people who wanted to do the right thing started bringing like Bible studies and book clubs into their churches and started to be discipled by this issue.